that will be slung at them afterwards. I've disagreed with a lot of things people have said, but even me, who not afraid to speak up, have had to say, you know what, I had to pick my battles, say, is the repercussions of me saying something going to be worth it for me? And a lot of times it's like, yeah, no, I am not going to poke that bear. So there was a concerted effort to have Roadhog and maybe other people like him, to just keep, like, anybody that would come after Roadhog, they would literally try to obliterate, because Roadhog was a mouthpiece for them. They were planning things. They were on the phone with Roadhog and Mrs. Hogg and planning things that he would say and do. And they hated AZ because AZ was now taking the focus. That whole AZ and Roadhog drama was taking the focus off of KJ. And they hated that. So what they did was, behind the scenes, in private discords, Claire and company have been talking shit. She did that to make all those Twitter accounts, including mine, but don't say it's mine because nobody knows Dor and Just Saying are the same people, except a couple of you guys. She did that to make, because she was so pissed off, to make all those Twitter accounts a target of Roadhogs, because you know that Roadhog has been trying to figure out the identity of Bobby the Cat for months now, right? Okay, sending the next one. Claire and whoever's behind Mocking Media are really close buddies. So what because Claire has been so pissed off that her reputation has taken a hit this last week or so, Mocking Media put out that video to imply that a whole bunch of those Twitter accounts that were calling Claire out were actually Bobby, like Bobby's programmer. Claire has been behind the scenes because a lot of people are turning on Claire, and nobody's coming on her panel, and Bobby's been calling her out, and she's been trying to do damage control. Okay, got that part. Send you another one. None of us are Bobby. I wish I could be, Bobby. But anyways, and they did that to put a target on us. Plain and simple, that is all. And that was their plan. And this plan is being dropped in people's discords, and people that were privy to that information in Discord are now coming out and saying, fuck this. You know what? You guys are going to cover for Claire and all these other shitty people, all for Steve McRae. Screw this. You know what? We're exposing it all. And it's my understanding that they will be exposing it all. That video that Mocking Media put out, where you had that circle of suspicion with my Twitter picture on there, Pork Chop, all those people, that was literally like the one where Mocking Media was pretending to be Bobby, and it was like, who could Bobby's programmer really be? Like, basically saying it could be any one of these guys. That was just a dog whistle to the Hogs, or at least a Roadhog, to start coming, for us to become targets, basically, because you know how a Roadhog has been, has a bounty out for Bobby, so it was their way of dog whistling to Roadhog. Mocking Media is someone by the name of Puddles. Again, apparently that was somebody that was in the community but has since left the community, and once they left the community, Mocking Media showed up. That name doesn't sound familiar with me. I'm not as well versed as you guys are with people in the community, you know that. But Puddles and Claire are very, very close friends. So even though people are saying Claire is Mocking Media, she's not. Puddles apparently is Mocking Media, so therefore, by extension, Claire may as well be Mocking Media. Anyways, yeah, so, and Bobby I've seen some, I don't know if they're the ones that Bobby has seen, but Bobby has seen personal DMs where Claire and company are pulling this shit, mainly Claire. Not only has Claire been talking shit about AZ and others, and, she has also been very mean, rude, to a lot of Aaron's mods. So if you look at Aaron's mods, they're not the same mods anymore. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 for sure. I think 4 though, but I know 3 for sure, 4 possibly, that have left Aaron's, stopped modding for Aaron because of Claire's treatment of them for months now, maybe even close to a year. But for 2 years, Steve has been literally grooming and recruiting people to sit there and bash Katie, which is ridiculous because nobody needs to recruit anybody to bash Katie. I mean, there's enough people that are happy to do that anyways. But when Roadhog came onto the scene, Steve and the cult, I hate that word, but you know who I'm referring to, saw this buffoon that didn't care, was going to go on there and call call KJ the C word, call her a slut, say things that normally YouTubers would not say. They would allude to, but they wouldn't come out and say, even those that have been mocking KJ for years. So there was a concerted effort, only to find out that they were being recruited, Claire and others, saying don't go too hard. They were essentially being groomed by Steve. Steve McRae doesn't care who the fuck you are, as long as you're bashing KJ. He wants to put KJ out. He only wants people to be talking about KJ. It's his, no, forget his lawsuit, which I think is going to go nowhere. That's his retaliation to what he believes KJ did to me. I still don't really understand all that because I wasn't I wasn't around for any of that, and I don't care to be around for any of that. So then, and I didn't like when she would do those streams. She had, like I said, she had really, really insightful people on there, but she barely let them talk. She would just talk on top of them. It was all about her. I understand it was her stream, but don't have all these intelligent, insightful people up there on your panel if you're just going to monopolize the panel, right? So that bothered me. The other thing that really bothered me, as well as others, is that they would talk about the bad behavior, i.e. the Hogs, but wouldn't allow anybody in chat or anybody on panel to say the Hog's name. Her excuse was, don't draw attention to his behavior. And she very subtly would hint at his behavior. It was weird, but anyways, fine. If she wants to do that, I get it, fine. Okay. So, sadly, I think when I called out Kelly, commentary Kelly, who, don't even get me started on her, and Claire was part of her thread, and then everybody, and that was not my intention. I was just so pissed because I followed Claire. I enjoyed her streams. I just didn't like the Enough is Enough panels where she would have decent people up there like Dina and Suzanne, and even EKC, because I really like Erin. I know she's a polarizing figure, but I like Erin a lot. Okay, I gotta send another one, because this is a lot. Dottie, before all that shit went down. Do you remember when Dottie turned on Steve on Roadhog? And do you remember when Dottie started doxing or helping Roadhog dox Shens? And then and none of them spoke on it. And yet Dottie was her buddy, but I mean they said nothing about Dottie because